Good morning and welcome back. Today, I'm going to keep continuing my spring stoop series, and I'm going to talk about my dragonfruit cactus just a little bit. This is a dragonfruit cactus. When they get monstrous and they are doing really well, they make dragonfruit. I recently took some clips and the stick and trained up this long portion. I'm working on training it upwards because that's how you get a good dragon fruit going. Eventually I'll transplant this into something bigger and work on getting this trained upwards and thicker and better. But what I'm going to do today is remove some of this lower growth that's stealing energy from this main growth. And I'm going to go ahead and let them callus off and propagate those as well, because again, dragon fruits propagate really well. I'm obviously going to leave this main stem because this is the biggest portion of it. I can keep training it upwards. I'm also going to leave this big portion right here just as an energy collector, and I'm going to let that get a little bigger before I cut that off and propagate it. I eventually will, but for now I'm more focused on all this side growth here, which I'm not thrilled about cutting off, but I can propagate it, and it will help direct more energy to this main stem and this side shoot, which I will propagate at another time. So you can see right here, this is the main stem, my original dragon fruit cutting that I planted from Michael Carroll, who is, thank you, Michael Carroll, again. Yeah, we're gonna take some cuttings. So I've donned my shitty rubber-coated gloves, which I hate, but these things have some sharp spines on them, and I don't want to handle them without gloves. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to start making some cuts. All right. Well, most of these shoots are coming out of here, and we want to cut it right here where it meets the main stem, because that's going to callus over well, and there's going to be less of a chance of it rotting or something like that. So here goes nothing. Oh, I did it. And let's see what comes out. All right. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Try not to disturb you too much. See, because they're low and they're in the soil, they've started to root into the soil. Oh, that broke. So this spot right here actually broke off because it was connected to this guy who's already rooted and begun growing a whole nother dragon fruit plant on its own. So I'm going to set that guy there, and I'm going to probably separate these two main shoots from the smaller shoot later, and I'll probably try and propagate all of them. But that's a start. My gloves already have some spines in them, so glad I donned the gloves. So let's see what's next here. This main shoot right here is still in the dirt, and you know what? I'm going to just disturb the dirt a little, and I'm going to try and yank him out without hurting him too bad, because you know what? I'm actually going to leave this guy. Right now, it's his own separate plant. So I'm going to let him go, because he's rooted on his own. So has this little guy right here. I'm going to leave him. But there's a side shoot right here. I'm going to take that off. And I'm probably going to take these two larger shoots right here. So I'm going to find a way I can hold the camera without getting spines all over it. There we go. Let's take this little side shoot here, and I'll pull him out. Sorry if I'm trying to be careful not to get myself full of cactus spines today, because those suck. They're almost as bad as tarantula hairs, which is a video for another day. And, okay, I'm going in and I'm going to take this little guy over here and this guy next to him and this guy next to him. And I'm going to grab all three of these pieces here that I just cut off. 1 and 2. And let me reach back here and try and be gentle. I'm not trying to hurt my girls. I'm just trying to clean them up a little bit, you know. But cactus, it's got its own natural self-defense that hurts like hell and is very irritable when you get it in your skin. Now, what do I do with this? This part over here is coming off the main shoot that intersects with the big guy. Decisions. All right. I'm gonna... Wow. I'm not sure what to do with this. But I think I want to remove this section here, even if it's rooted, which I think it has. So, I'm going to come all the way into here, where it meets here. And now, I'm going to do my best to try and uproot it. This isn't going to go well. Oh, this piece broke right off, and it has rooted. So, I'm going to put that to the side, because that's its own plant. You can see it pulled the dirt because of the roots. Oh, and this piece that's underneath, which I know, oh, well, it is rooted. You can see right here, there's some roots attached to that. I pulled some dirt with it, but even though it's rooted, it's hard to determine which way the energy's been going. And, oh, this guy here. All right, I think I'm just going to decide to go reach down low and pull it by the roots. Wow. That was totally rooted well. But you know what? We can put it aside. Let's... Oh, what a mess I'm making. Put it there. And you can see... Well, I get a lot of cuttings. It can make a lot more dragon fruit. This one right here I'm going to have to plant soon. Because it's got established roots. I mean, it is a cactus, so it can handle a little bit of lack of water. But I basically just cleaned this entire dragon fruit up. So it'll focus all its energy on here and on here. I'm going to try and train this main stem up to be the main stem, to keep going up. Eventually I'll transplant it and I'll give it a bigger stick to crawl up. And I'll have to tie it off and even maybe prune the top to encourage some new growth. But I'm going to leave this really healthy looking shoot that's coming off the main stem here. And I'm going to let that be. So, there you go. That's one of the ways to cut your dragon fruit, to propagate more, and to encourage growth where you want to. Never had fruit, obviously. It's still a baby. But maybe someday, with the right conditions, I might be able to get it to. I really doubt it in Zone 6B of New York, but it's still a really cool plant. I'm happy to propagate it, and I've been told that a lot of cuttings from these plants can be sold on like Facebook Marketplace, and you can get a good amount of money for them, but I'm not in this to make money. I'm in it to give it away to friends and family, but hey, if I can make a couple bucks, can't hurt. I'm not on Facebook, so I wouldn't know, but there you go. Cutting dragon fruit. If you do, you got to let the cut ends callus off. That doesn't take long. They're cactuses, so they stay pretty hardy and good for a while. And after that, you can see, obviously, all the air rooting. They root pretty easy. Everywhere there's a spine on here, is a potential root or another shoot. So, yeah, there we go. I just felt like coming out and cleaning her up because I'm trying to take good care of my plants this year. I dropped a little fertilizer and everything yesterday, so hopefully they're all going to go really well. My ginkgo is getting all her branches and her leaves coming out, which I'm really happy with. My ginkgo cutting here is doing really good. I'm sure that's rooting. So yeah, it's a good spring so far. I might even take another cutting off this orchid cactus here because of this long tendril, and just thin her down a little bit. But yeah, everything's going really good so far. Very happy. And if you stop by and you spend 11 minutes with me, I appreciate you coming. Have a good day, and we'll see what happens with our dragon fruit cuttings later. Bye-bye.